Morning, James. Morning, Alphabet. Interesting. Why? What's my plan? My plan is to watch it. Conference call this morning. Hong Lang Partners and LP announced agreement for Hong Lang Holdings to acquire all publicly held common units of the partnership at 9.25. Okay, so that's a sell-off. That's not that popped up, but it's not going high. 9.25 is the highest that will go up to. It's a shame. Is there anything that you want to, you would like me to take a look at for you? GOVX is down at the moment, but it's looking nice. Hey Phil, how you doing? SPY, Nasdaq, markets down this morning. Well, whilst I've got a break in the action, I'll get myself a cup of tea while everybody joins. Don't sit like that, you look like you're squatting. Yeah, not bad actually, not bad. Red box looking like there's no volume at the minute, but it's looking like it might do something today. It's been kind of flat yesterday and today, so let's see. Are you liking the new format there, Phil? Of course, I've got the two main action screens at the top, but I've just got a bunch of other stocks at the bottom. How do you like that? I can put, you know, if people want to be able to see something while I'm trading, I can put that on there. AMC, yeah, I can have a look at that for you. This is AMC today, that's on the 30-minute chart. Let's look at it on its very low volume at the minute. So it's kind of coiling under that get green line. So not a lot of movement on AMC. Yellowstees. I don't know, is it? Is that wired or weird? And a Jaffa cake, the best biscuit in the world that's not quite a biscuit. Well, I think that's that means trading's probably in your blood then. For those of you not in the UK that have never had a Jaffa cake, or Ireland, for example, that's never had a Jaffa cake, oh, I'm so sorry for you. Best biscuit or cookie or whatever terminology you want to use. Yeah, so my take on AMC today is bearish. I don't anticipate. I actually have a sneaking suspicion it might drop under 10 again. AMC, when was the last time it was under 10? It was back in the early part of this month. I think it might fall under 10 again. Just looking very weak. Look at it on the daily. So if you look at this on the daily. So this is since April we had that little pump up towards 30 bucks, and then we've had the sell-off. I've had a little rally here. Do you know what this rally is affectionately known as? It's known as a dead cat bounce, and it's looking. Think of it this way: if this was the other way around, you might be thinking of a potential cup and handle situation, which is the handle, and they break upwards. This is this way around, so you've got the sell-off, and this would look very weak, likely to break downwards, which is why I'm expecting, maybe not today, but I would expect possibly today, it breaks under 10 bucks again. My opinion, not financial advice, it's just looking very weak. That's all I'm saying. AMC at the moment. And its trading partner, GME, Similar, get rid of all these bloody lines that I've traded. I'm fed up of trading with these with all lines. You can always put more lines on there. You've got a similar situation there, a bit of a dead cat bounce as well. Not looking quite as weak, but still looking weak. I think GME is probably a bit more solid down at this end, but AMC is looking very weak. Yeah, that's one way to call it. Either way, it typically breaks down. Double bottom. Could be. But not really. Double bottoms typically break upwards. But that doesn't look like a double bottom to me. It looks very much like a inverse cup and handle. But we'll see. I may be wrong. I hope I am wrong. Although, to be fair, the A community have managed to do what they did, what they set out to do, which was give the hedges wedges. They hedged and wedged Melvin so hard as a result of their short position on GME and AMC that they're going out of business. They're closing the doors. Melvin Capital are closing. Yeah, look to elevation. It's not high. It's not high volume yet, but it looks to be moving up. No, we're getting some good volume coming in now. And relatively speaking, when you think it does like normally 42,000 shares a day, it's relatively good volume, but it's not high volume per se. I mean, we're getting on this big candle here that we got 58,000 shares traded, so that's not bad. That's not bad. The rest are less than 20. But yeah. Elevation's looking nice. Elevation oncology. I remember I was reading the catalyst earlier on elevation oncology, and I'll read it out to you now. I've got it in front of me. It's a FDA catalyst. So elevation gets FDA fast track status for seribantumab to treat gene-specific solid tumors. Which is not bad. I like the FDA catalysts. Tend to find that the market usually reacts fairly well to them. What's the winner I already traded? It's the top gapper at the moment this morning. It's recent IPO, Singing Machine Company. So this is the recent IPO as of yesterday. So it's up from yesterday. This is the daily. So it started trading yesterday. Didn't have a huge range. It opened at 280, closed at 275. It went as high as 385, but this morning already it's been as high as almost $7. So that's it's called the Singing Machine, and already traded over a million shares this morning already as well, pre-market. So it's good relative volume. Well, I say good relative volume. It's not there's not a lot to go off because 1.1 million shares traded yesterday is its entire history, but a million shares traded pre-market versus 1.1 million yesterday. It's a very low float stock, so it's 1.2 million shares outstanding, float of a little over 800,000. So it has the potential to move quite substantially. So it's already traded. It's already rotated its float already today. Had a few trading halts yesterday. I didn't trade it yesterday on the IPO, but it had a few trading halts. But I'll probably come back to that a little bit later. Red box on the daily. Bit low in volume just yet for red box. Looking on the 60-minute, 5-minute. Just moving sideways. So I'll take another look at elevation. That's because that's looking quite nice. Oh, I missed a lovely little entry here at 395. We'll wait for the next pullback. $4 probably would have been a more logical entry. We've not even got the $10 move yet, so you got in 395. Good man. That's on the bear flag, the bull flag breakout. Excuse me. So you got your 10 cents at least there, Phil. Make sure you've taken some profit. Don't hold it all. Pulling back a little bit right now. High of this candle is 407. $402. Only pay attention to the trading. Take 2,500 there. Where I would have got it anyway. Move up to 420. If this is 440. So Elevation Oncology, FDA drug treatment fast track approval is the catalyst for this move. Looking at the 5 minute and the of the last three candles, the low of the 5 minute is pretty much on the VWAP. So probably better to use the VWAP as a support level here. That's what I'll do. I was going to use $4 as a support level, but I'll use $3.90. So I'm actually giving it a little bit more room. Getting 392 is the VWAP. Hey Jackson, welcome back. Good to see you here. Okay, it's kind of the low of where we're looking for. The VWAP is 392. It's been just pretty much bouncing off the VWAP area on the way up since it broke out. $407 for an ad. GOVX about to go green. GOVX, GOVX about to go green on the day. 230s. Break the VWAP. I'll just exit this trade. I see the VWAP acting as support. It has on the way up. GOVX at 233s already. How's it going with you, Jackson? Didn't quite get the 407 break that I wanted. GOVX just broke 240s now. So that just broke the VWAP, so that was our exit. We've got a cushion on the day, so we could afford to be a bit more loose with the risk. But GOVX now green on the day by a decent amount too. What do I think of Tesla today? It's looking weak, is what I think of Tesla today. Down at 619. It's under 620. So here's Tesla. You look at it on the daily. Let me get rid of all these lines. You look at it on the daily. I mean, we're a long way from the highs of 1150s, but yeah, 620s where we're pretty much at, and it's still breaking lows. So on the daily, if you look at it on the 60 minutes, probably easier to see. You can see we're continuing to break lows. So it's yesterday's low was 620.57, and Tesla right now is bang on 620. So we're breaking more lower lows. It's looking weak at the moment. Could it turn around? Possibly. Is it likely to? I don't know. I'm not a financial professional. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't offer financial advice or stock picks or signals or anything like that. Just give my my opinion, and that's all it is. Let's have a look at Tesla on a longer time frame. That's a 5 minute. Let's look at the daily over the last while. Yeah, so we've got highs up there at kind of almost 1250. We're way off that. The last time Tesla was down at this level was last year, July 21. So we're breaking lows, sure. If it breaks below 550, I know we're way off that, but if it breaks below 550, it's very dangerous. There's a huge window down to below 500. So that we've got that 620 support level that's already broken, which is not looking good. But that's Tesla. Absolutely, Michael. Fair play to you. If you got puts at 620, nice. Don't forget to take profit. I don't know how many you've got or when they expire, but don't forget to take profit, because some people do, like me. All right, let's go back to elevation. It did bounce on the VWAP, as per usual. I exit just that little bit too early, but it bounced on the VWAP again. But we'll watch for another entry. Mike's coming back up. Not got the volume though at the minute. GOVX is the one with the volume at the minute, it looks like. Oh, possible entry at 237. I have this candle 236. Volume just dried up. We've had a little spurt of volume and then it just dried up. It's okay. Let's look at what else is working. Oh, Redbox is making a bit of a revival. No, it's not. It's moved, but on low volume. DIX had earnings. sold off with the when the call started, I think. Trying to make steady climbs. Range is not huge. In a minute, it looks a lot better. The range is not too bad. Color candles. I always feel good, Shando. Always feel good. But thanks for asking anyway. Yeah, but I'm actually in a good mood today, Wednesday. Although I shouldn't be. I've got a meeting with my accountant tomorrow. He's going to tell me how much tax I owe for last year, which I'm not looking forward to. But hey, look, tomorrow morning, if I come on stream tomorrow and I'm looking green in the face, that you'll know that that's why. Maybe I've got my mojo back. Maybe the market's turning around. Maybe I'm just managing my risk better. We've still got a ways to go in terms of getting green on the month, but we possibly could. Looking less and less likely, but we could. So 2020, what are we, May? Monday, Memorial Day. I think the markets are closed on Monday, so we've got a long weekend. If you're a trader, you've got a long weekend. Just remember that, guys. I'll have a look at SIGA for you. SIGA Tech. Oh, SIGA Tech, not looking great. Look at it on the 60-minute, you'll see why. I had that move up last week on Friday, and then it's just sold off. So it's not looking at, we're pretty much back where we started. So is this coming back? Doesn't look like it. If anyone's holding bags over $10, $12, you're gonna have to wait for another SIGA catalyst, I think. My own personal opinion, and this is a perfect example. So every single day I say, don't get married to these stocks. This is trading, not investing. Okay, a bit more pronounced. Look at it on the daily. So this is where it was trading quite consistently between $6.5 and $7.5 over the last few months. Had some good news, good catalyst, and moved up. And guess what? It then sold off. So ride the wave, ride the momentum. A lot of these companies, these low float, low cap stocks, a lot of these companies are garbage companies. I'm not saying that SIGA Tech is a garbage company. What I'm saying is that a lot of these companies at this value are garbage companies. They'll have their moments in the sun and they sell off just as quickly as they rally. So don't get married to these stocks. If you're talking about long-term investing, do some due diligence and only invest in something that you believe has got a long-term future. You're not going to get moon gains for long-term investing. What I mean by that is if you're looking for something that to move 40, 50, 60, 100% and more intraday, that's probably not a stock. It's too volatile to invest in long-term. You want security when it comes to your long-term investments. So don't get married to these stocks. Trade it intraday and then get in, get out, take your profits. Don't worry about if it goes without you after you've got out. Just take your profits and stay green on the day that you trade it. If it sells off the next day, short it. Do the same thing. Get out, get in, if you will. But don't get married to these stocks. Just because you've made a bit of money on a particular ticker moving, don't let it make you think that that's a great stock, because the majority of them are. Okay, so just like I say, just get in, get out, and don't hang about. Take your profits and move on. But there's another stock about to move. So look at let's go back to SIGA on the daily. This is SIGA on the daily. It's how it's moved up over the last while and then sold off. Look at GOVX or GOVX. This was on a steady decline, and this has popped up to 338. Guess which direction we're going now? Anybody got any idea which direction we're more likely to go today? I kind of think it's probably going to go down. Probably going to sell off. In the long term across the day, it's likely to sell off. That's my opinion. But I could be wrong. You're welcome, Liz. Good afternoon, Alistair, and welcome back. Well, the trick is staying that way, Alistair. We've got plenty of time. We've got 40 minutes to the 50 minutes to the open, so we've got plenty of time. Yeah, if I was a betting man, well, I am a betting man, but that's besides the point. I would think that, again, it's not financial advice. Don't take this as financial advice, stock picker signal or anything like that. Just my humble amateur opinion. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy on the internet. Okay, so based on the way that this has moved up, I would expect it to sell off today. I can't short it. If I could, I probably would be shorting GOVX today. It is absolutely, Les. May in particular has been the most difficult month for me to trade. I know some people are very that are profitable this month and doing really well, but what I've noticed with those people is that they're nowhere near as profitable as they were this time last year, and they're nowhere near as profitable as they were earlier in the year. So I kind of looked at some of how they're trading to kind of. Bear with me one moment. Stupid dog across the back. Come in. Come in. Stupid dog, mate. Stupid noise. Come in. Come in. She used to walk those yappy little horrible things right under my window. Yeah, so what I've noticed about those profitable traders that I was taking a look at and their trading historically versus now is they've sized down. They're not making as much because they're not trading as big, and they're not trading as often as much either. So they're taking less trades or smaller size. Now, if I analysed my own trading, I probably have done the exact opposite as that. And I've been taking, certainly the start of this month, I was taking big size and I was trading very frequently. So over this last couple of days, I've decided, okay, I'm just going to be a bit more selective with what I trade and trade a bit smaller. And put a consistent run of green days together, and then, slowly get to a point where the market turns around and we can scale up again. There's no point swinging for the fences if we're not getting the reliability of the pattern breakouts. Otherwise, you're just I'm putting myself into precarious positions where I'm losing more than I'm making, which is what's been happening this month. Nobody likes that. You came in when I asked you, and I promised you a duck treat, didn't I? Here you go. We've got over 1,000 likes, so you can have one of these treats. There you go. Go and enjoy. Got 2 left. I have to get some more for you. Yeah, it popped up. Funnily enough, if you weren't in the Discord there, Alistair, I actually called it out in the Discord as in the Discord just before I took the trade. It was setting up nicely, so I called it out in the Discord, and then I took the trade, and that was before it came. As it was popping up, so to speak. It's selling off now, though. Eat it on the floor. Don't eat it on the sofa. You're going to get crumbs everywhere. Like you're listening to me. It's worse than having... It's just like having a small, hairy child. It really is. Right, so right now the volume's died out of the market, so we'll just wait for some volume to come back in. We've got 15 minutes to 9 o'clock. Got 45 minutes to the open. We'll see what breaks at 9 o'clock. Sometimes you get news breaking at the top of the hour, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, if there's anything you want me to take a look at and give you my opinion on, I'm happy to do that. If there's any questions that you have, happy to answer questions. You know, fill up the chat. Let's keep it interactive. Quite a few people in the chat today, which is nice. Always good to see. Wider markets slightly red today. At the moment, we're not quite at the levels, the low levels we had on Friday. I spot some pattern on the wider markets. I'm kind of looking at the hourly chart to see if I can see any pattern. Zoom out. Is there an argument there for a inverse head and shoulders and a move up? It's a bit messy. If there is, not really. I'm clutching at straws to say that's an inverse head and shoulders. I've got to be honest. Yeah, that's entertaining, if nothing else, Alistair. The experts that compares Forex to high caps, to small caps, to crypto, and says that I'm wasting everybody's time by trading with a 1 minute chart. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's have a look at Snap. That's the fella, yeah. I'll get to NVIDIA in a second, Lobby. Snap was the first one requested. So Snap on the 1 minute, it's active. It's got volatility, moving. Let's have a look at it on the 60 minute. So we had the sell-off on Monday after hours, after the earnings. Continued sell-off yesterday into the open, pretty much all day. It's not made a move either way yet. What I'll be saying is the high of this one is 13. Snap, if it gets over $13, look for 13.20. That could signal a bounce, because that effectively would be today's high. So pre-market high at the moment on Snap is 13.13, I believe. Yeah, 13.13 is the pre-market high on Snap. So look for 13.20. If it breaks that pre-market high after the bell, we might get that bounce that you're looking for. Let's have a look at NVIDIA. Now, I am bullish on NVIDIA long term. It's not had the huge, yeah, actually did. It had a sell-off, but then it had a bounce. Bit of a rally, then another sell-off, bounce. Will we get that rally? Getting support here around 160, 157, 158. What's the low at the moment? 158. That seems to be the floor it's bouncing on. 158. So we're at 160, just over 160 tens. Pre-market high of 163.20. I'm not convinced we'll get a bounce today from Nvidia. It depends what the market looks like. If the market rallies, I think Nvidia will come good. If it sells, I can see we're going to test that floor again. Oh, shut up, Alistair. Nobody asked for your opinion. I'll tell you, this is how Tesla is. My Tesla options are looking. So let's just zoom out a little bit. So here, when it moved up to 955, I was in the money. I was about 12k up, and I didn't take any profit. And look at what's happened since then. So I have those who are unfamiliar to me and Tesla. I bought a bunch of Tesla calls, and I had a strike price of 950. Expires next Friday, so June the 3rd. But they went up to 955, so I was well in the money, and I was about 12k profit at the time. If I'd sold at the high, I would have made about 12k. And I kept hold of them. Didn't sell any of them. I should have sold half at least, just to cover the cost of the cost of the contracts in the first place. Should have at least sold half. And practice what you preach, Tony. Take profit on the way up. Nobody goes broke taking profit, and I didn't. But there you go. So it's become a bit of a running joke, me and my Tesla calls. And we're now down at 620. So Elon's been playing the idiot over the last while as well, so that's not helped. How is the earnings today? Tell you exactly who's got earnings today and what, whilst we're a little earnings channel open on my Discord. So today's earnings, today's Wednesday. But Nvidia's after hours, so whether we see any action I would wait till after hours before putting money into Nvidia. Dix was this morning. Splunk is after hours, as is Box. Oh, Snowflake. That's after hours today as well. Already had Express reacting to their earnings. Viasat is after hours today, so the majority of coffee table names are this evening after hours. Tomorrow we've got Alibaba, Macy's, Dollar Tree, Burlington, Medtronic, all before the market opens. Then after close tomorrow we've got Costco, VMware, Gap, Dell, Autodesk, amongst others. So busy earnings couple of days. You're always in abusing me though, Alistair. I'd be worried if you weren't. But like, what's going on with Alistair? Is he oh, hang on. Elevation started moving back up again. Typical. Took a trade on this, faked us out. Now, there's not enough volume right now to trade it. I see it over 50,000 shares being traded. But that's likely to happen in the next while. We've got 7 minutes till 9 o'clock. We usually get a lot of the other brokers come online. A lot of the other retail brokers come online half an hour before the market opens, like Robinhood and Webull and other ones that only permit trading for 30 minutes pre-market. So we might get an influx of volume at 9 and potentially any news drops. So let's see what happens. But elevation is looking good. You're wondering what I'm talking about with the ticker here is ELEV. It's on the watch list. It's moving up. FDA fast track catalyst for cancer treatment. So against solid tumors. That's not good. Any sign of Bitcoin going back up? I'll take a look. No, Bitcoin's been very static around the 30,000 mark. It's currently 29.5, but it's just I'll pull this across so you can take a look at it. This is Bitcoin on the hourly, but if I just get it so it looks like a line graph for you, you can see since that initial dip it bounced back up to 30 and it's just been trading sideways since. So this is Bitcoin. Of course you're going to get the range, but it's going to trading sideways. We're going to get to a point where it does move up again. I can't see it going back down towards 25. I think this is effectively the floor here around 28,000. My opinion, not financial advice. I think the floor, we're getting a lot of support around the 28,000, keeping it above 28,000. So get a bit more activity, and I think we start to go up again a little bit, either early part of June or mid-June. Get back up to kind of 35, and then once we start retesting 40s again, Bitcoin could start to rally. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I still think we're going to get a 6-figure Bitcoin, maybe not this year, but certainly Q1 next year. Just my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Yeah, we're getting a lot of support at 28. Well, it's not looking great. It's not looking great, but it's not looking bad either. If it was continuing to sell off, that's after the catastrophe with the Terra Luna debacle. It's only natural to expect a level of consolidation right now. We want some good faith and some trust to come back into the market, and only then will we maybe get some good news as well. Maybe the wider economy starts to, the global economy starts to pick up as well, maybe. But, you know, I appreciate that, Rolex. So elevation is consolidating sideways. Range on each candle is not huge. We're getting a few cents, 3 cents on that one. Big candle here is kind of 9 cents. So when a big candle is 9 cents, there's not a lot of range to take advantage of. we're just waiting for a bit more volatility to come back into the market. Let's do what I was saying earlier and be selective with the trading. If we can be a bit more cautious, markets like this, choppy sideways markets, bear market as it is, got to manage risk better. You've got to be a bit more selective with your trades. And I guess I've found that out the hard way this month, is that you can't continue to be as aggressive with your trading in a bear market. When you're in a bull market, when you're in a hot market, like earlier this year, certainly last year, you get on a stock and it breaks out. We get a lot more parabolic movers, and when they break out, they have continuation. With this one, you've got to be careful with the breakouts, because very often we're getting reversals. We're not getting the continuation. A big mover at the moment is like 25, 30%. Whereas this time last year, a big mover was 200, 300% and beyond. So just bear that in mind. If you're learning to trade, and a lot of you guys in the stream are actually learning to trade right now. If you're learning to trade, this is a very difficult condition. So firstly, I would say stay in the simulator. Don't get frustrated. Don't think that this is not for you because you're not making money in the simulator, but stay in the simulator. If you are making money and you're doing it consistently and you found a strategy that's working for you, great, but go in small size if you're then moving into real money. If you can make money in a cooler market like it is at the moment, a bear market or a cooler market, if you can consistently make money in the current market conditions, you'll absolutely smash it when it comes to a hot market. So just bear that in mind. Trading in the most difficult conditions and learning in the most difficult conditions will set you up very well for better conditions. And if you're thinking about getting into trading but you haven't yet, think again. Because most people do, and I say this every single day. I've not said it today yet, so I'm going to repeat myself, as I always do. Look, trading is a very risky profession. It is a career path. It can be a very lucrative career path. I'm not going to lie, but it's extremely risky. Most people do lose money. Most people approach it with the wrong kind of mindset. They approach it with a gambling mindset. They see people trading like myself, trading for profit. One of the reasons that I'm trading and I'm complete warts and all with my trading, when I make a loss, I show it. When I make a gain, I show it. But I'm not trying to say that every day is a green day, you're making thousands every single day trading. You're not. Quite frankly, in the current conditions, you shouldn't be trying to make thousands every single day. A couple of $100 is enough to sustain most people. If you make $500 a day, that's a six-figure income. You know, extrapolated across the year, you're making $120,000, at least $120,000 a year, just on 500 a day. So looking for moon gains, looking for 3, 5. I set my goal at the beginning of the year, coming off a really hot market last year. I set my goal at $5,000 a day. I'm way off that. I'm way beyond that. For me to get back to that as an average, which I was looking for a 7-figure year on gains, I'm way behind. Coming in towards the end of month 5, I'm a little, well, I will be around just under 300,000 net profit in trading gains. And for me to get back on track, I would have to be, the market conditions have to change, because I would have to either continue being an aggressive trader and trading big size and trading often and being very active, or what I'm going to be doing is being a bit more cautious and scaling back, because, you know, I've had my ass kicked by the market this month. I really have. Right now, based on my net numbers, I'm currently 27k down on the month, which is, you know, it's a damn sight better off than where I was, but I'm 27k down on the month. So after the big drawdown I had on the 2nd of May, if I was able to discount that, unfortunately I'm not, I was able to discount that, I would actually be green on the month, but for that one day. But we've got another few days left. Today, tomorrow, Friday, and Tuesday. So 4 trading days left. We'll see what the markets give us. I'm not expecting to have a green month. I'm expecting to probably finish red. But at least I'll be able to take some profits to out of the market, if nothing else. So yeah, just be careful, guys. Thanks, Alistair. I know you're enjoying the course. I know you're getting a lot of. I know you're getting a lot out of it, and it's good to see, because do I have a WhatsApp or a Telegram? No, I don't. I do have a WhatsApp, but I don't use it for trading. I have a Discord, which is for the people on the course, and I do mentoring and coaching people who are taking trades, either live trades or in a simulator. I'm going over them with them and reviewing them with them, and where they went wrong, where they went right, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, etc., etc. So I'm doing that as part of the course. Check out the first description in the link tree. It's available to anybody, very affordable. If anybody says, why am I charging for 150 bucks a month to teach people how to trade if I'm earning so much money? Well, the first thing is, I don't want to waste my time, so I want you to have skin in the game. If you're paying to learn, you're going to take it in, first and foremost. You're not going to just be there messing about. Secondly is that I value my time. And if you don't value my time, if you don't think there's a value to my time, then quite frankly, I don't want to be teaching you. You know, that's the other thing. The third thing, and probably the most important thing, is if you can't afford 150 bucks a month, you can't afford to trade. Point blank. And I'm not trying to be rude about that, and I'm not trying to be blasé about that either. But the bottom line is, I recommend, you could probably, I would say the minimum to get involved for day trading, the minimum is going to be about $2,500 to $3,000 US in your account. On top of that, you're going to get between $500 and $800 ongoing monthly costs. So I recommend at least $5,000. My own personal recommendation. If you've got less than $5,000, it's difficult. It's difficult to make money with less than $5,000. Why? Well, after commissions and charges, when you're trading as well, they eat into your profits. And if you've got less than $5,000, the goals you're going to be setting and the targets you're setting on per trade, per day, are you're going to feel the commissions a lot harder than you would if you had a bigger account, say $20,000 or $30,000. So I recommend at least $5,000, minimum $2,500 to $3,000, and your ongoing costs are going to be between $500 and $800 a month. It is a profession like most others. If you're a plumber, you've got expenses every month to actually do your business. If you're a baker, you've got expenses every month to actually bake your breads and things like that. This is no different. It's the same as any other job, any other career path, any other profession. You can't just jump in it and be great at it. You've got to train, you've got to learn, you've got to submerge yourself and do a bit of education, learn how to do it, and then you've got to have the right tools for the job. You can't just go in there and get free tools. There are a lot of free tools that will tell you that you can trade for free. The likelihood is you're going to lose money. So get the right tools for the job, get the right information, practice the skills, be disciplined, and work on your discipline muscles. Trading is not easy. Most people lose. Missed that pop. We got rejected at 450, so the high of day now is 450. I'm just going to put a nice little horizontal line there because we've got 22 minutes to the market opening, and that's our current high of day. Oh, Mike's has just had another pop as well. Well, that's gone up. We've got, it's not the high of day, but we're going to clear resistance level at the $0.25, 425. Where's GOVX? It's up. GOVX not quite at the pre-market high, but not far off. Pre-market high 62. Only 20 cents away, so that might move. Red box, no volume. Are you trying to do the hokey pokey there, Alistair? Do the hokey cokey. You're in, you're out. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, let me know if you like the new setup where you've got five different tickers on there, or 4 tickers, 4 or 5 different tickers, including the market. You can see a little bit more of what I can see. That's no problem. You're welcome. It's a revolving door. Hey, Roberts. Well, we've got 20 minutes to the open. Let's see if we can get 2,000 likes before the bell rings. Elevation's looking like, to me, the most likely to go on a run. It's bouncing very nicely on the VWAP, or the VWAP area consistently. Stonemore, let's have a look at why you're moving up. So Stonemore says cash consideration represents 54.2% premium to the company's closing share price. Okay, so they're being acquired by Axar Capital Management. So that's an acquisition, that's why that's up. So the 3 that I'm looking at, well, the 2 that I'm looking at really are Elevation and Singing Machine, which is Mike's. Those are the 2 at the moment that have the most bullish charts for intraday trading. Us, GOVX could be moving up. It's just gone green on the day. I'm very reticent to trade that because I think I've got a feeling that might sell off. eToro, for day trading, absolutely not. It's not a day trading app. First and foremost, technical indicators, it's very shy on technical indicators at eToro. Secondly, it's payment for order flow, so they will route your order through whichever market maker they feel fit. Thirdly, they only carry a subset of the market, so the low cap stocks that are moving on an intraday basis, probably you're not going to see them on eToro. If you're looking at just long-term investing, not too bad. If you're looking at swing trading, it can be used as a swing trade platform. I don't particularly like it. I don't think the charting is very good. It's a bit flaky. They're akin to some of the other zero commission platforms. Technical indicators, like I say, it doesn't even carry the VWAP. So a lot of the technical indicators are missing. It's cross-instrument though. But the good things about eToro is that you can trade pretty much any instrument. Futures, index, commodities, crypto, stocks or equities, ETFs, whatever it is, you can trade. Well, providing they carry it, it is a subset of what's available, but it's not for day trading. It's not for intraday trading. It's a good app to learn how to invest, learn about investing. And you have, of course, you have the copy trader function as well there. Be careful with that if you're thinking about that, and do your own research as well. But from an intraday day trading perspective, it's the wrong tool. From an investing app, a beginner investing app, then it's not a bad starting option. It depends where you are, TikTok #1 fan. Fidelity don't do free commissions everywhere. It depends on which region you're in. In some regions you can get free commissions, but also from my understanding, it also depends on the type of account you've got as well. Because the more active you are, they will charge commissions for. So, and it depends again. It depends on what platform you're using as well. But Fidelity are not, as an overall broker, they're not too bad. The platforms, I mean, you can use, I think you can use Dash Trader with Fidelity actually. So they have a number of platforms that they work with. At least they carry all the instruments. They carry all the a full plethora of products to trade. So you get the full, order book, as it were. And that's the problem with the likes of eToro and Revolut and these what I consider beginner apps, is that they only carry partial order books. I'm not jumping in with 15 minutes of the market to go unless this breaks the $0.50. If this starts to look really good, and then if you look at the 5-minute, so for those on TikTok that you can't see it, on YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else you can, I was watching this pullback here, and you can see it never actually broke a new high. On the 1-minute, you could have got faked out, because whilst we came back down, the first candle to break a new high was here. It went up almost 9 cents, new high, and then pulled back. So you could have made a 9-cent move, maybe, not bad, depending on the size you go in with. But the likelihood of you getting in the break of new high there, you maybe get 8 cents. If you judge the high, you're probably waiting to make a 10-cent move there. So maybe it starts to pull back and you're only getting 5 cents off that. Whereas if you're going for the higher time frame, a 5-minute time frame for confirmation, you never actually break a new high, so you would never have got it in the first place. You're looking at this as a potential flag setup. You're looking at 540 before you get in on the 5-minute. So when it's low volume, it's always good to look at the higher time frame for confirmation anyway. But particularly when it's a lower volume market, so either later in the day, the afternoon market time, or out of hours, it's always good to look to the higher time frame for confirmation. Did you jump in on that at 4:30, the break of 4:30s, Phil? Got faked out? You might not have got faked out, depending on where your stop was, because it's as it has done. So if you look at this elevation here, this is elevation. ELEV is elevation. It moved up to start off with, and then just on the 1-minute we're looking. If you look at it on the 5 minutes, it's just as clear. But it moved up, then pulled back and retraced to the previous closing price. then it started to move up again. So look at it on the 1 minute for granularity. Once it broke the volume weighted average price, which is here, now this isn't, it didn't actually break it here. This is just the algorithmic trades that are going through the 8 o'clock scrum, if you will. So once it broke the volume weighted average price, it came back and tested the VWAP as support. And that's what I like. I like to see it test as support, hold support, and then move up. So here would have been a good entry point. So first candle to make a new high after the VWAP bounce. So we're getting in there at 379, and we could have rolled that up all the way. Now, when that pulls back, it pulls back to the VWAP and bounces. Now, it's not actually touching the VWAP, but it's bouncing within a couple of cents. It's bouncing back up and moving up. It pulls back again, moves up again. Now, I was a little bit late to pull the trigger here. I was looking for, I should have got in here at for the break of $4 and move up, but I was a little bit late, and I think I called that out on the stream when I got in there, and I got in for the break of 410. It went against me, and I got out for the break of the VWAP down. In hindsight, and hindsight's 2020, this is the only time it's actually broken below the VWAP in a wick. And if I'd held a couple of extra cents, maybe gone to the 10-cent range there and had 390 as my stop instead, it would have then moved back up, and look where it's continued to do. So every time it pulls back, it's using the VWAP as support, comes back as VWAP as support. So this is classic VWAP bounce here, pulled all the way back down to the VWAP, using it to support again. So as you go in, if you've got the VWAP on your charts and you're going to be trading elevation, just remember that so far, this is not financial advice. It's not saying it's going to do it, but like most things in the market, history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So the fact that it's been using the VWAP as support so vehemently would suggest a lot of traders are using the VWAP as their support area. They're either buying in or they're covering at that level. So maybe look at that as part of your strategy for this particular, if you're going to be trading after the market open, this particular stock at the bell. Well, that's good. You're taking profits, Phil. That's progress. A few weeks ago, you'd have been trying to ride it all up, and you got smoked on the pullback. So progress, good stuff. Well, I'm not your dad, TikTok. I know I'm sexy enough for you to call me daddy, but I'm not your father. That's a bit scary. I don't like the look of that. So that's a bit scary. This is extremely volatile. So it moved back up. It tested this high, 425, rejected, hard rejected. Break new lows. So that could be one to watch up at 425. Is it shortable? Not shortable. SSR list. Well, it's of course it's not shortable. It's an IPO from yesterday. What am I talking? What am I thinking? So elevation looking very strong at the minute. 440s being the 441 will be a new high on the 5 minute. Yeah, new high on the 2 minute, the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So 441 looking interesting right now. Very tight risk. First candle to make a new low. So if we break, there we go, we get it. So that was a fake it. And you get that more often in low volume markets. So pre-market, after hours, you'll get faked out a lot more often than you will during the actual open market. So this is going to come all the way back down. So the VWAP now is just under 420. It's come back down to 425. Ready to bounce on the VWAP again. I can get an ask at 425. I might just take a slice of that, and I've got a very tight 5-cent risk. Looking for a VWAP bounce here. Bounced at pretty much the VWAP. Now, if it breaks the VWAP, I get a very tight risk. Oh, hello. Moron's back. We missed you, moron. You've been at school today? Is that why you've been quiet? Were you at school? Was it school today for you? Why am I being rude? You started it, buddy. You were very rude in the chat the other day. So, you know, you give what you get. You want to apologize for your behavior, I'll take the apology, but until you do, you continue to get, you know, my disdain. I listen to anybody in the chat as long as they're polite. I'll respect. You don't give it to me, you don't get it back. Simple as that. Got 5 minutes left of your lunch break. Okay, well, it's obviously playtime at the school. So your playmates are probably calling you. Go and play soccer in the yard. Off you go. If I want your advice, I'll give it to you. Nobody asked you for advice. You're welcome to your opinion. But being rude and disrespectful is not, it's not called for, it's not wanted, and quite frankly, you get what you deserve when people give you the disrespect back. And you have built absolutely zero credibility with anybody. Exactly, Snooze, like you. Comparing forex pairs with you know, JP Morgan. Comparing day trading with day trading small cap stocks, low float stocks with high cap stocks. You don't know what you're talking about. You proved that in the chat. This is now touching the VWAP, which is our risk. Let's say it's been hugging the VWAP to the on the downside, to the low side. It's been hugging the VWAP and bouncing on that, finding support at the VWAP all the way up. So taking a small trade there for a bounce up is with a very tight risk is often worthwhile. If I was interviewing for a trading firm, then I would look to get the job. As I'm not looking for a job, I don't have to. I trade my own money and I'm profitable. And I've proven that. Not only do I do it live on stream every day, I show my wins and my losses, which is what gives me credibility. All you do is run your mouth and insult people. So you get that back, that disrespect that you give out, you get that back. So until you provide some credentials, you know, coming on to someone else's channel and trying to mug them off by being a troll, you're the one that's actually got zero credibility. One minute to the bell. Oh, here we go. Final 10 seconds. Got out of that before it plunged. Scratch trade, break even. I don't know what that. I know what the market battle was. I don't know what the other alert was. The GOVX at 240s, moving, looking to move up. Tesla moving up. SPY making a little move to the north, but finding resistance. Elevation. We've got that $half level that I want to see broken before I get in properly. And to just to add to what I'm saying there, Snoozy, I don't have to prove my credentials. I'm not trying to gain anything from anybody other than, like I say every day, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I don't give stock picks or signals. This is for entertainment and education purposes only. Watching elevation, I need to change my scanners over to the regular market. Thanks for everybody for reminding me. There you go. If you're on YouTube or Twitch and there's a particular stock that you want to see in one of the 4 smaller screens, let me know. I'll put it in there for you. we've got 445 is the session high, but with pre-market highs 450. So we're still looking for that break of pre-market highs. Snap trying to bounce, is it? I'd like to see the wider market, the SPY up over 30, trying to go green on the day. That would be nice. It's green and stay green. That's the objective for us all. Mike selling off. That's singing the new IPO singing machine. Very low float stock. A little over 800,000 shares in the float, so quite volatile. 350. If you take 10,000 shares of that, you're going to have a huge impact on it. GOVX up at 260s now. Back here. GOVX. Zoom in so you can see. It's up, went up to 260s, pulling back, rejected. Staying green on the day, but just barely. I think it might sell off later. Okay. Mike's trying to pop up. I want to see it above the VWAP. Got that hard resistance there at 425 as well. See this potentially moving to a halt if it gets up there. I get over the VWAP before I get interested in it though. That's the problem with this one. Meeting a bit of resistance at the $0.75 level. In trading, quarter, half and whole dollars are very psychological levels. If you've not got any previous resistance or support at those levels, you'll find it does take place anyway. The fact that this was an IPO yesterday, there's very little to go off in terms of technicals from historical data. It did go up to 385 yesterday, been up almost $7 today. The high of day yesterday was 385, so it doesn't surprise me. It's finding it difficult to get over the VWAP right now. It's at 380s. Oh, elevation. Trying to go back up. 450. That's the pre-market high. red box making moves. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Early 550s. So this one's still respecting the VWAP. The range between the VWAP and that pre-market high of the $0.50 is getting tighter. Be interested to see what happens. HAP. I'll have a look at HAP for you. Happiness Development. That's selling off. At a pop-up pre-market, but selling off now. 30 cents. Just popped under 30 cents. Very, very cheap stock. Don't know what the catalyst is on this, but the range isn't huge either, so it's not very volatile. GNCA. So this is selling off too. Had a bad day yesterday. Went from 23 cents all the way down to kind of 6 cents yesterday. Very, very low cost. Be careful with these ones because you can lose as much as you can gain very, very quickly. You have to take big size just to make any kind of gains on there. This is why I prefer stocks above $2. Red box, trying to make moves up. Every man and his dog's got agreements to sell EV vehicles at the moment, Frankie. Where's elevation? Did we make it and we're just trading sideways? I'm going to take a bio break and let the market decide what it's going to do and see if there's anything comes with a bit of momentum, because right now there's nothing really worth set up to trade. Here we go, we got the breakout. Ejected very, very quickly. See an entry there. this candle. Okay. Read the comments. Kato, what comment? You want me to read your comment, but you've not even made a comment, Kato. So what are you talking about? Okay. Sense of entitlement from some folks. Cheers, TikTok. Okay. We're not getting the continuation that we would get in the hot markets. So this would have been going parabolic by now with the catalyst that it's got. So the breakout of the pre-market highs, we got a little over 10 cents, which is miserly by comparison. Let's have a look at Redbox moving up steadily. What else? Just not getting the huge parabolic moves that we normally would associate with a good catalyst like FDA fast track approval. So 435 could be interesting. Wider market, the S&P 5. We moved green, came back, tested yesterday's closing as a support line, and moved up again. Well, that's quite bullish. Like the look of that. That's on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute. Daily was still, on the 60, it's probably easy to see, but still just kind of sideways. The pre-market high was 396. So if we can get above 396, maybe 397, we might get that bounce we've been waiting for. There's the Nasdaq looking. Very similar. Similar, but less volume on this ETF. The Russell Index. This one is the low cap index. Low float stocks. Similar movement. This has been beat up a little bit harder than the wider market though. So markets are all green, which bodes well for the day. VLO. EVLO's no volume, 164 chip. This is the first one that's actually got a bit of volume, and it's a much higher price stock than you normally throw at me, chip. On the daily, this is a horrible chart on the daily. But all this selling off, this smacks of a kind of a dead, this little rally here, bit of a dead cat bounce. But let's see what happens. Is there news today on this one? Let me see. Let me pull up the news catalyst. So Carvana is down, insiders are snapping it up. Pre-market trading. So just the news is basically it looks like it's a bottom bounce. No real catalyst for it to be moving up. 63 million float. You want to short it? Be my guest. Not seeing any particular catalyst other than people snapping it up. But the dailies, it's a horrible chart on the daily. The high yesterday, yesterday's high was 29.76. So we're over that already. And over $30 already. So maybe there'll be a bounce. I don't know. Not something I'm probably looking to trade right now. What's the relative volume like? It's not high relative volume just yet either. So normally trade about 9 million per day. It's 2.8. So it's early. We probably will get to the above the average, but it's not exactly what I would consider high relative volume. It should be like 3-4x or above. So I'm not excited by that particular stock chip, but you're shorting Wendy's. Oh yeah, it is shortable. What's the? Let me have a look at the earnings report results quickly. Ooh, potential buyout from Wendy's. From Trayan. That came out just after 9 o'clock. So Wendy's shares are trading higher after regulatory filing showed Nelson Peltz is considering a potential takeover for the company. They buy the rumor, sell the news. Nice little pop. Nice flag formation. Be over $18, even if it bounces at the VWAP. I'm just reading it off Benzinga chip. So whether it came out last night or not, it was reported this morning just after 9. So that's what I'm reading. Tesla's rally didn't last very long. It went green and then sold off. So then again, the wider market's doing a similar thing. Not decided which way it wants to go yet. Is it going to maintain green or is it going to go red? The Nasdaq's already gone red. That little pop from GOVX didn't last either. I missed that one. So we had this little pop down here. It's pulling back now. Oh. information on my signals. Just remember, this stream is delayed, so what you see on the screen has already happened. No volatility. Yeah, one volatility halt so far. Is it still halted? It is. Ah, news pending. News pending halt. Not a volatility halt at all. That could go on for a while then. So we've not had the movers take advantage of this. I expected this to move up. But when it broke the $0.50 level, didn't get the continuation. Even though we got the volume spike, we didn't get the continuation. So let's look for something that is moving. Red box. It's moving up, but not seeing great entries. Relative volume's not great either. Normally there's about 13 million shares a day on average. So red box not looking great. Thanks for that, Kato. We appreciate that. We didn't get the 2,000 likes that we were anticipating before the market opened. We're half an hour in there, guys. I must be doing something wrong. Do I think Twitter stock is better when Elon owns Twitter? Well, the question there is he going to maintain it public? Because if he buys Twitter, it's no longer a public company. It's an Elon Musk-owned company. He's then going to have to go through the rigmaroles of keeping it public. So that's the first part. The second part is what changes will he do? What changes will he make? And how will that affect the bottom line from a fundamental point of view? I think there's a lot of uncertainty right now. Only Elon Musk knows what he's going to do with Twitter. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, and let's have a look at Twitter and see how it's performing. It's moving up today, 80 cents, well, whole dollar up. But that being said, relative volume's just not there. So what will he do? Only Elon could. Do you know what? Elon's a space cowboy at the best of times, and that can be taken figuratively or literally. I mean, he's a space cadet at the best of times. But right now, he's like trying to second guess what Elon's going to do next. Is you may as well get your crystal ball out. I mean, the range on Twitter's, consider it's a $35, $36 stock. The range on Twitter is not great at the minute either. So not as volatile as I would have expected to be. The volume is relatively low as well. So intraday, look at it from daily perspective. These huge gaps, we've got a huge gap to fill here. Get rid of all these lines, they're not needed. Huge gap to fill here. between 45 and 40 and 45. Huge gap to fill. We're a long way from that. Today's looking a little bit better than previous few days though. GOVX did have a little bull flag pop. Came down here. First candle to make a new high was here. So 8 cents so far. A lot more volatile yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go back to Redbox and see what. Yeah, it's just not seeing anything that's really saying I'm going to make a big move. GOVX is probably the closest to that, and you know I don't normally trade these stocks below $3, so if it's moving, if it's looking strong, really strong, then I might look at it, but this isn't the type of stock that I would, you know, change my strategy for. This type of movement, it's not looking overly strong, you know, it's not exactly going parabolic. If it was a 250 stock going parabolic, then yeah, I'd look at it, but right now this is erratic. Is probably the best word to describe it. But look, you guys, you do your business. I'll continue to wait for the right setup. Nordstrom. Why is Nordstrom moving up? 8% today. All right, okay. Q1 sales results have been issued. And a 500 million buyback. $20.50, so way above that. Options alert. Okay. Earnings reports. Why that's moving up. Not excited by it though. Low volume, very low volume. So that broke below the VWAP finally. Not looking so strong now. It's still trading sideways. below the VWAP, so I need to see it above the VWAP for it to be interesting. Markets are all green again. Let's just look at the top gappers. So Stonemore's an acquisition. HMLE, that's also an acquisition. Next we just looked at Polaris. Not great in terms of volume, regardless of the move. Elevation we just looked at. Red box. You biopharma. It's just jumped up. Very low volume jump, but is it the start or something? Or direct insider purchases. Okay, what's the chat saying? Nothing. How's the crypto world looking? Bitcoin still 29.7 at the minute. Like I say, sideways consolidation at the moment. Not really doing anything. Ethereum's exactly the same. 1900 bucks, 1970s. Yeah, so cryptos right now sideways as well. Wider markets are kind of sideways. Let's look back at the S&P 500. Gone red again. Oh, just moving sideways. This dotted line here is yesterday's closing price, and we're just ranging above and below it. So we're just moving sideways at the moment. The market needs to decide which way it's going to be, red or green. It's all slightly red at the moment. Actually, the Russell index isn't. Small cap index is the only one that's not red. That's not even a chart. Same for that thing. Once they're hitting the volatility, they're getting the volatility, they're hitting the volatility scanners, then you can't trade them because there's just not enough volume there. Bed Bath and Beyond. My goodness. I didn't realise this was so beaten up. Trading this just a few weeks ago, but at $30. This still highly shorted. This was about 35% short last time I looked. Good Lord. Check this out. So this is Bed Bath & Beyond. 81%, 82% shorted. So That is huge. If that decides to squeeze, it's going to make huge moves, because it's not a big float either. It's like 25 million float, but 80%, 82% short. Watch that for potential squeeze. If that does make a move up, a lot of shorts might start covering. Is it just me, or is the market a bit stale today? How's everybody else doing? Let me know in the chat. What have you been trading? Are you red? Are you green? We're 40 minutes in, and I've yet to find something to trade since the bell. The only thing I've traded since the open was elevation. And that was because I got out of the trade for the bell just before it flushed. Yeah, Paul. I mean, it looks like it's to start the day. It looks like that's how it's going to finish the day at the minute. I'm not seeing anything worth trading right now. Yeah, so I think a lot of people are just probably sat on the sidelines watching, looking for an option to trade. Snap, yeah, absolutely. Snap just kind of it stumbled out of the gates, and eventually stumbled out of the gates, and then kind of sideways, moving upwards though now. Actually, Snap's not looking too bad. Beaten up over the last couple of days though. This was $23 just last Friday. It was $40 at the beginning of April. Maybe we're getting the bounce now. Yeah, I think I got singing machine this morning, and that was it. I was actually up a little bit more than that, and then gave a little bit off the top. Take twice on elevation. So, but the way things are right now, if there's nothing really setting up, then I'll give it another 15 minutes and then probably come back for power hour later. Hey Kato, hello in Malaysia, or should I say good evening in Malaysia? What time is it there in Malaysia, Kato? Must be approaching midnight, I reckon. KSS. Oh, finally a little bit of volatility. Good spot, Chip. Let's have a look at the reason for this volatility. NPM. Yeah. How are you doing? Are you trading the US markets or are you trading the Asian markets there in Malaysia? Right, okay. So Coles outlined new store strategies, including more Sephora, smaller units, etc. So it has a catalyst at least. As Coles sweep at $36, that's well past. So a lot of people are in the money there. Coles potential investors would lower the offer from around $64 to $65 a share to around $62. There's a potential offer for Coles, and it's 62, so that's why it could be moving up. Look at the float size on this one. 127 million float. It's a reasonable sized float. Not much in the way of shorts. 8% shorted at the moment. Say after today, that will increase. Yeah, Paul, you're probably right. But it's an acquisition, that's why. Stonemore's an acquisition, which is why it's it moves up then just barcodes. You just get algorithmic trading at this point. So it's being sold to a company called Axar Capital. So that's why it's not so much needs a defibrillator. Why did you have to put that word on this on the chat for me to read out? Oh, come on, pick a better word. It's not so much that it needs a defib. It needs to be for the acquisition to go through and just get it off the screens, get it off the scanners. Look at it on a higher time frame. It's even more scary. GOVX sideways. Elevation. No. I like the catalyst for elevation as well. Sing machine. No. The top gappers just didn't follow through. All the action took place earlier. I know I said this was, again, this is going flat now, so sideways. Oh, that's good. $10. Why is that not on my scanners? It's up 8%. Range isn't great though. Moving steadily up. Conference call tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's earnings tomorrow, isn't it, Gap? I think you trade that though. Be a bit more patient, maybe look for higher time frames. Yeah, the only way you can trade that is on a higher time frame. Not volatile enough, really. We're excited about 160 million float. Not like it's having a good day today. Earnings. Good stuff, Kato. How'd you get on with the Forex? I've yet to meet. I've seen a couple. I've yet to meet any profitable Forex traders, though. It's very difficult to be profitable with Forex. Very difficult. Oh, consistently profitable. It's okay. Anybody can get, profitable on a given good day, but to be consistently profitable in Forex is very, very difficult. Crypto, a little bit easier. So maybe look for 10.30. Next move up. It's high on the 2 minute. And it's not moving, really need the market to do something. It's going to be one of those days. I'd rather just walk away rather than just trying to take a trade for trading's sake. Probably rather just walk away. Got green, stay green. That's what they say. Dixie's having a good day as well. It's now green on the day. That's moved up quite a bit over the last almost $10, $9 and some. Oh, actually over $10 from yesterday. Not from the low. Low of 63.45 after the sell-off. Huge sell-off. So look at it on the 5 minute. Huge sell-off here. Just gone green. Why did it sell off at 7:30? Was that the conference call on the earnings? That's the chow-chow. Oh, there's still a conference call in progress here. That's not clever. Right, looks like I'm going to have to reset my scanners. Bear with me whilst I reset these scanners. It's doing that more regular. I think it might be something to do with my PC. Might get upgrade it. Could deal with it. Never have a PC that's too powerful, in my opinion. One that's too expensive, but not the one that's too powerful. Used to have a Dell Precision, which was a phenomenal machine. Mobile precision workstation. That's going back a while. There we go. We're back at it. Hey. So, aside from dicks, what else is moving? You know what? I'm just gonna end the stream, take the dog for a walk, I think. Come back later for Power Hour. I know I didn't do it last night, but I got caught up in some things, so I didn't actually trade the Power Hour last night. But the market's very sobering today, I think. Tranquil. Certain stocks moving up, but there's no volatility. We're just missing the volatility, guys. So I'll take a breather, come back later for Power Hour and see how we get on then. Yeah, dead is a good way of describing it, Super Chip. I was trying to be polite, but you're probably right. You know, look, if you're wondering where I'm actually getting these these stocks to trade, where I'm looking for stocks to trade, just by all means check out my link tree. Here's my link tree. You go into my profile. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, you can check out the description. If you are on TikTok, go into my profile. This is my link tree. I use Benzinga. So Benzinga is probably one of the best products to use to find stocks to trade. Alerts, scanners, signals, news, IPO calendars, earnings calendars, all of that stuff. I get it all from Benzinga. So, you know, check it out. 14 days for free. Helps keep this channel alive and kicking as well. I track and analyze all of my trades using TraderView. If you go to someone wanting to, so is Snooze still in the chat? So if you go to this link here, this takes you to the course. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, that's the course. I'll come to that in a second. You'll see the last 6 months of TraderView reports, which shows my statistics, and the corresponding brokerage reports underneath it since November of last year, so 6 months. It shows that I am consistently profitable. So there's my credentials. May has been particularly tough for me, just the way I've been trading, trying to stay aggressive in a very difficult market. But if you want to learn to trade, check out this. It's, as I say, it is the link that's in the link tree, or the first link in the description. It's the first link in the link tree. So you can see that I'm profitable there. Come along. It's not expensive. We've got a full community, private Discord. We share ideas and help each other along the way. So in the meantime, guys, I'm just going to lock it up and away we go. I'll catch you guys tonight for Power Hour. And I've no excuses tonight. There's nothing else for me to do. So I will definitely be Power Hour trading tonight. Well, maybe not trading. We'll see how the market conditions are. But I'll be on stream for Power Hour. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you in a couple of hours.